Hello, this is my first video blog. I'm not real sure how this goes, but I know that it's pretty much just me talking to a camera, and then it'll be choppy where I mess. In honor of being the last episode of Lost, I thought it would be appropriate if I made a video thing, my first video blog thing, seeing as how this is the only thing I ever talk about on a stupid blog, and now it's over, so. Jack and Christian Shepherd, where they're standing in the church right before Jack realizes he's dead. In the background, there's like all these different religions, like I think it's 6 major religions. There's like a symbol for each one behind him, if I remember right. If not, shut up. I know you could probably relate the show in a lot of ways to all these different religions and several different philosophies, but seeing as how I like Jesus the most, I'm going to go with his. Although I do like the places that serve Buddha's food. Delicious. So, pretty much what they told us was the flash sideways that we thought was going on the entire season was not a flash sideways, them being dead. It was afterlife. And I don't know if you watched the Jimmy Kimmel thing. I watched it today, the day after. Said something to Matthew Fox about it being whenever the plane shook, he's like still holding on, and Rose says, "It's all right, you can let go." Was that when you died, like that nanosecond that was right there, did everything happen and you died, and then that's where you took on, you kept going, which I thought was a good theory. Matthew Fox didn't say anything because I don't think he knows, because I don't think any of them know. Whenever Juliet bashed the bomb, it did not work. I mean, it didn't send them anywhere. All it did was it sent them back to the time period they're supposed to be in. It didn't negate anything. They actually fulfilled what they were supposed to do. So that big question that we thought was answered both ways, as in they changed it, they kept the plane from crashing, and they went back in time, or went back to the future where they're supposed to be. They didn't. They didn't fix anything. They went and did what they were supposed to do. Everybody fell into place and fulfilled their part. So Daniel Faraday, he did what he had done originally to make everything the way it was. So everything just happened regular. So we got that out of the way. That was a lot of words I just said, and not all made sense. One thing I noticed about the flash sideways just isn't a flash sideways now that we look back. It's more of a flash, they're living the lives that they wanted to before they went to the island. Like Sawyer, he turned, cop instead of con man. But everybody's kind of doing what they want. Jack's got a kid. He's cool. He's not drugged out on anything. He didn't go Courtney Love on us. Locke is happy. He's not got some strange misty fart inside of him controlling everything. Claire's still annoying. Hurley, good luck. Dang lucky rabbit's foot. Light versus dark. Good versus evil. Jacob versus Man in Black. Not all the characters chose, were always good or always evil. There were some that were clear on both sides, but most of them went back and forth. Ben, he played Red Rover on that game, back and forth. Up until the very, very end. The fact that Ben didn't try to take over that position or hoodwink his way in, that shows a lot about what he'd become and what he learned. So I think in the end, he chose to be good, to give it up for the island. Just like he said, he'd rather die on the island. So you don't have a clue when it took place. Hurley and Ben, for that matter, because Ben probably became the new Richard, they could have been there for thousands of years. Jack's the one that we watched die. And we saw several die before him, and then, I'm guessing that the next one that went were, Kate and Sawyer, and then Hurley and Ben went way down the line. Whole group of people, they were there, kind of floating around, waiting for everybody to get there, but time doesn't mean anything there. It doesn't. It's like heaven. We don't know how long we've been there. It's a drop in eternity. They explain the who's a lot, like who is the smoke monster, who is this, who's going to take over the island. They didn't explain a lot of the what's. What's making this island work. The whole show's been philosophy and metaphors and metaphysical things and religious undertones the entire show. And they've had things that they haven't explained all the way. So, it's not like you can expect them to just, at the end go, okay, Jack, here's what all this means. That would have made the show tacky. It leaves so much up to interpretation. What would people be talking about the next day if they just went in and they were like, the island is... They take you so far and hold your hand, and then they just kind of say, all right, what do you think? It makes you figure it out for yourself, and it makes it so much better than them just saying, oh, guess what? Brett Michaels is the next celebrity apprentice. At the end, obviously, good overcame evil. Jack jump punched John Locke in the face, knocked him over the side of the cliff. Bye-bye. Good overcame evil, but it sacrificed himself, and he was cool with that because he had realized that's what he was meant to do. I thought that was cool. How they started with Jack and they ended with Jack. I thought overall they wrapped the show up nicely. They couldn't have done a better job. They could answer some of the questions, and I was going to list some of the questions that I had, but found a video where they list all the questions that I had, and the link is below if you want to check it out. It's really neat. And I guess I'm out. I'm going to go watch Entourage.